I don't know if you remember that I uploaded a video called Priority Positions in Post-Plan Situation. Where should you play? This video was made to help players to understand which spot gave them the most amount of power during that stage of the round. What do I mean by power? It can be the possibility to pick from the left and the right. It can be the possibility to have an angle that is very easy for you to hold and very difficult for the opponent to counter that. It can be a spot where you can waste your opponent's time and make sure that you can secure the round by using the time to your advantage. Each map has those spots. They just have different names. So if you haven't watched this video already, I strongly recommend you to do it. It's basically free coaching. Now allow me to begin this video. At the start of the round, you are all 5 alive. That means you can cover all the different angles. On paper, your teammates should be covering your back just as much as you do it for them. For the anchor player, there's a general rule that says that in this situation, the ideal outcome for you is to try to take down one target and stay alive until your teammates rotate to the side and start a retake plan. Meanwhile, the faceit players will try to get some space and establish a crossfire in order to increase their chances to win the round. This is where your positioning is going to be important. You want to place yourself in a corner where you have the ability to take down one quickly while maintaining cover for yourself until your rotation arrives. Not only you make sure to delete additional utilities, but also you deny their threat potential from them by keeping the alive player number advantage. If you strike all as one, you're supposedly securing this round. Also understand that the amount of players that you kept alive will also impact your overall economy for the future rounds. And as we all know, usually when you have better weapons, you have better chances to win the next round. So where are those spots exactly? Let's begin. Okay, so starting on Nuke as a city player, what you want to do is that the T's are taken outside. You want, as a city player, to take lobby here. You want to have some room to play, some space, you know, like you want to have also some cover. If you stay on A side and they you don't have any solid cover, you will just get more lead, you will just get traded instantly. It's going to be really bad for you in a 3 versus 3 situation. You can also manage to get 2k, I don't know, it depends on how you guys play, but usually what I've learned, what we do is that if the T's are taken outside, we have to take lobby so we can have some room to play. We also have some info. We know that they're outside, and from outside where they can go heaven, they can go down B, and they can go back A. So if you stay here and you don't take anything else, and you don't have any info, you're aware, like you're a little bit like it's cautious about lobby, you're cautious about heaven, you're cautious about main, like that. That's just too many angles. So you want to take lobby here, ideally with your ramp teammates or another teammate from A. And once you take lobby, the best position for me to play is here, because if they come towards A from main or from vent, let's say from secret to vent to A, there's a chance that you catch them off guard. This spot is very powerful. Otherwise, maybe there's a lurker, I don't know, like you can catch someone at some point, but it's going to be really difficult for it. It's not a press W thing to secure lobby. It's going to be like make sure to clear all the angles and then position yourself and wait for what's happening next, wait for the next move. If the T's are going secret, then as a city player, what you can do is that you can play one of the stairs here and wait for the perfect moment to pick, and then you just have like 1 second of opportunity to take down one, and you have to relocate yourself, you have to go back, you know. Playing above rails, I've had a lot of success playing above rails, because like it's usually an angle that they do not really cover, that like they do not clear that easily. Like on paper it's against 1-for-1, but you want more than that. You don't want 1-for-1. 1-for-1 is the minimum that you can do, but you always want more, right? Depending on where they come from, like you can use the silo in the middle to get some cover for you, and from that you can basically move left and right. You can try to wait for the perfect moment with a good trick or discipline. You can get down, you can take down 2. Sorry, you can also play like this area here. Like if they didn't clear this area at all, you have a good angle to take down one in case they want to plant from here. In case they want to plant here, you have a really good angle. Like it depends on how the T's are going to play. So yeah. Otherwise in ramp you can play bandboxes, but it's really risky. And otherwise, let me think. And I think that's it. Yeah. If I forgot something, guys, make sure to also write down in the comment section below. Moving on to Mirage. If you're playing on A side, one of the 3 spots to play during the mid round is either tickets, ramp, or palace. In terms of impactfulness, I don't know if this is an English word, but let's consider that it is an English word, and I have not suddenly created that word. In terms of impactfulness, so the ability to have an impact during the mid round, palace for me is the most important one. But the thing is that if you clearing palace is like a huge risk. Like it's a big risk, but the reward also is also big. That's why you will see sometimes 2 people clearing palace, because not only they get the info, but also they minimize the risks from pushing solo there. So they maintain also the equal amount of player alive number. Why is it hard? Because like the T player can play any space. Like he just needs to have a timing, and then that's like while you're checking all the angles, the T can just pick randomly, and it's like sometimes it's a coin flip, but like it's just sometimes can meet the T here. He can be here, he can be there, he can be there, he can be there. Like there are so many angles that you can check, and also there's a lot of possibility for the T player here to play from a height advantage. It can be boosted here, so when you place your crosshair, you have to move your crosshair up. The T player he just has to left click his mouse button. Same for this area. So this is why this like taking Palace is really difficult. But once you took Palace, you have a really advantage for this round. You just have to wait for them to come. You can also secure if they go towards jungle, and you have a guaranteed crossfire there with your teammates, and also not only crossfire, but you also have info, because if you hear footsteps, you know where they are, and they cannot be Palace. All right, so you just have to coordinate your retake here, and it's gonna be fine. But it's really difficult to take this area. But if you took it, then it's like you can leave the city player alone, and you can just play. The other guys can just play towards kitchen, like take an off angle, and then play B side. So you can basically have a good solid B hold. Otherwise, a second option would be ramp. Ramp is a little bit easier to clear with some good flashes. You can clear a ramp really easier, and then you can have also solid defense here. If you hear a T player coming to ramp, with knife out, expect another T player around A side. Can be Palace, can be A side, can be City, can be jungle. All right, but all you have to do here is to take down this player and just stay alive and see what's happening next. What's also possible for you is that you can have a big flank. Like the flank is a little bit faster than Palace here, but you can have a big flank. But the thing is with the flanks is that it requires coordination, it requires communication, but it requires also teamwork. The team listen to your call, and they have to play passive, and this is not always the case in solo queue. So yeah, that's in team play this might be considered a good play, but in solo queue play it depends on how your teammates decide to play around you. But it can be a risk. Otherwise, if there's only one T or two T player alive, I think Sandwich can be good, or even Ninja. Otherwise, the safest call is to play Ticket. But the thing is with Ticket is that usually the T players, if they have time, they will clear everything, and then they will start to plant. Usually, if they are above average players, you know. What can happen is that you're gonna have a 1v1 trade, but if he's aware about you, he's gonna have a picker's advantage, you know. So this is why now the CTs, what they do is that they start to play this area, or they play this area. So if the T clears this area, he knows that there's nobody CT. He plants. He's got a good timing push here, and whenever the T is he thinks that CT is clear, he's going to just come towards CT while looking towards connector, let's say, and you can have a good easy peasy kill there. Otherwise, on B side, the safest place to backside here. Why? Because you can hear the T jumping down, and they can you can play around the sounds, you know, like you have an info and he doesn't know about you. Alright, so this is your advantage. You have the surprise element there. You can play also behind bench, but your timing is going to be very important. But there's also an angle, if you know that the T is coming from B ups and the short is covered, an angle that can be really deadly is that you slightly put yourself towards the right side of bench a little bit, you crouch, and then you have a really good off angle from anyone crossing balcony, because this T is going to look towards sides, and meanwhile he's looking sides, you will have a vision on him from this area. Car is going to be really dangerous, because they usually clear this area, usually if they are good T players, but you can play also Car if you're concerned about the kitchen, and also about B ups short. I don't know, but Car is also a safe call, but it's going to be your ability to stay alive and not get traded is really limited. That's why I think if you have the possibility, you can also stay in B ups. Just as much as Palace, you can stay in B ups here in this angle. If they do not clear you and you have a good trigger discipline, you can get more than one. Ideally two, and if you get two, I mean, even if the round is lost, you got two. You did more than what you were asked, so the round is worth for you. But yeah, it's lost, but nothing can be done. You do not control what the other players do. All right. Or otherwise, I think the room can be also a solid spot. You know, you also have you can also catch someone getting boosted to window, I don't know, someone try to take jungle. You can hear footsteps also from under B ups, and you can also check under window. Sometimes you can also have short. I think Ledroom is also a solid spot to play in case you're playing. If you're playing AVP, just holding I don't know, with just holding AVP here, or even M4, you can play here, and once they planted, you can wait for them to push maybe kitchen. You can have a good fight there, and you can also have a vision towards anyone trying to any city trying to cross from a window, let's say to jungle or like under this part of window, and then go towards city spawn. So yeah, I don't know if I forgot anything else. Make sure also that you guys write in the comment section if I missed anything. Moving on to Overpass, the freshly new added map. Usually for me, if you play solo A bank, holding this angle bank, you have a good angle towards this part of the map. You know, like if anyone is going to cross, you're gonna basically secure the kill usually. But if they do not check for it, they go straight for the truck area. You have a good pick here, and you can stay alive to create a retake plan here. Otherwise, like I think A long is also a solid spot. You know, A long can be also a solid spot, but like if they come from mid, you can basically surprise them. Meanwhile, the T's are going to let's say the T player are going to cross the site. They're gonna try to clear city truck right side, and you on the other hand, you have a really good opportunity to surprise them. You know, so like A long can be really interesting if the T players are really short on time. Usually, what the City players do is that they just jump pick to see if they're coming mid or not. So from that, they have info and prepare a solid defense against them. Otherwise, on B side, what position is safe? I think for me, like I found the most success playing behind. Like I don't know which one was graffiti, which one was ABC. So let's call this area ABC, or I don't know, like opposite city, anti-city. I don't know. This is usually the city spawn, city the call out, but like there's a more precise call out. Sorry. Help me in the comment section, please. You can play anti-city, graffiti, ABC, whatever, and you have a good off angle here. T is crossing short. You can catch them. Like you have to like left right shoulder pick, you know, or you can come from us so you can catch them. They will throw molly, but you will have a lot of space. This area is gonna be really interesting because you can pick one, you can stay alive for the retake, and you also deny them access to city spawn. Otherwise, this area can be one of those areas can be good. It depends. This area can also be good. You can you see if they cross monster, and you can try to pick one at the condition of that they're not picking you, like they're not hard clearing you. If they come from a connector, then you have the advantage angle because like usually they jump. You know, they do not hard clear this, right? They jump. So you have a guaranteed one, and you have also info. It's gonna be like a committed trade here, and if possible, you need to get two because they're gonna go 1-for-1 from the door. It's gonna be really difficult for them to trade, but this angle can be really good there. Heaven is also good with the AVP. Heaven is also good. Otherwise, if you manage to reach this area of the map, I mean, it's gonna be dangerous because if in case it's A, you're gonna have a really late rotation. If in case it's B, it's GG. Meanwhile, like this area, for example, as I mentioned earlier, you're really close to city spawn, so you have a faster rotation, and it's the safest place in my opinion. But short is also not that bad because you can hear the steps in case they rotate, and you can call for the rotation earlier, and the overpass is known for having the fastest city rotations, just as much as Nuke, I assume. So overpass is known for having the fastest rotations possible. So if you hear their footsteps, if you know what they're gonna do before they reach the sites, you can prepare a solid defense for that. Train, usually what teams do is that at some point mid-round they try to take main. It's almost the same as Palace on Mirage, you know. There's gonna be a T lurker here somewhere maybe. You can take main, and you can have a solid cover here in main in case they try to go air from any other spot. You know, you have a good angle here. You're covered from Pablo, like this is a really good angle. You have a good flank as well. Another angle that can be advantageous maybe connector is one of the safest, but like it's also one of the most obvious. In my opinion, I think like main is the best spot to play, but like it's like a lot of likes. It's something similar to Palace, where you have to pay attention in case there's a T here. That's why teams usually smoke the right side and then they try to clear left, and then it's a take-retake situation. Connector is also not a bad choice. You're safe here, and then like you can also retake B in case that's needed. Otherwise, one of the angles that I like to play is also here because you can hide, but you can like shoulder pick left and right, and you have an info. But like it's a good spot to stay. Otherwise, in B side, one of the angles to play solo is this area. You're covered from everything, and the T's have to cross your path. They usually do not clear this area that easily, and if they're lurking, pop, but like pop is really risky because you can get traded immediately, but you hear the rotations. So yeah, on A main, connector would be the best. This area, if you want to be a little bit like exotic, I would say. But if in case it's B, you have really late rotation. Otherwise, on B side, I would say this vertigo. I would still do vertigo, even though if it's not in the map pool. Yeah, this is A side. I used to play this area back then. It would allow some cover, but now since we have the catwalk on the right side, it's gonna be really difficult. So usually people would play around maybe here. They're gonna wait a little bit, or they can play also around city spawn. Depends if you have cover. On A side, it's gonna be like this, or sandbags can be good, but it's gonna be tricky if they hard clear you. You're a free gift for the enemies. Otherwise, one of the angles that I like to take is also this area, but they will clear it. You don't necessarily need to clear like the whole ramp, but playing around around city spawn, like just the most back angles can be good. Catwalk can also be good, and just hide, and the moment they challenge you, you can just peek. On B side, this angle is really strong if they do not clear you. Usually they will play behind electric, or there is also this area that I like to play. It's like you challenge them, and you just once you take down one, you can just go back. It's an angle that the T's usually challenge as well. So above bridge also can be good. Like all those back angles where like the moment where the T players cross towards the site, and you can take down one, and you can just have immediate cover. Those angles are the best. On Inferno, if the T's are taking banana, if the T's are taking banana, can try to, with your teammate, try to secure apps area from boiler and from apps. There's gonna be a lurker potential here, but you can secure apps. It's the same way. Consider this as the same story with the A site on nuke. You know, when you know that the enemies are outside, you want to take some cover and take some space, also get some info, and potentially try to get a free AK. You know, if it's possible. But you have to this requires teamwork from the cities. This requires also communication. But you want to take ups. If they take banana and you know that there's no one ups, you can just leave one city here and you can stack B side after. Otherwise, ups is really good. You can play pit here, and you have to stay alive the longest possible, but you will get more leads, especially if you play Premier above 25k rating or 20k rating. You will get more leads, naded, flashed, and wall shot from AVP. So good luck with that. Playing ups is going to be the safest. It's going to be the safest and the most rewarding position also. If you have a teammate, then you can play A side crossfire here. Otherwise, just as much on Palace Mirage, you can play solo ups at some point. And then once you reach this area, you're covered from everything. You can watch mid, and you can also you're saved from any ups lurk. You can just let them pass, and then you deny them any access, and get a pick and then stay alive. Like if they're taking B still, and that you're playing B, what you can do is that it's usually a timing thing, you know, they smoke, but it's a coin flip pick. Either ideally you want to pick with a flash from a teammate, and you try to get as many as possible, and you all pick together from B side wherever you are positioned. Playing behind the smoke, and you just shoot the smoke and hope to get one frag, or you can just secure church, and you make sure that they're not taking church. You know, that can be also a possibility. You can also play this new box here, but this requires your team to play teamwork. You know, let's say you stacked apps. You can afford yourself to play 2 towards B, you know, in case. But if you play solo B, and this area is going to be really dangerous, you know, you can, it's not impossible, but with the moment when you're going to pick, it's going to be really important. Pick too early, you're dead. Pick too late, you're dead. If you have a really small margin of opportunity here. You want to pick the moment the T's are I said that I was going to stop to say the likes, but I can just not help myself. The T's are going to clear this area, clear coffins, clear first box, second box, and at this moment you have an opportunity to pick, right? Otherwise, it's going to be difficult. These spots can be really deadly if your teammates can help you. And the other spots that can be useful is that to play this area, you have the long cross. I don't know if you're going to get one easily, but you also have fast rotation towards B. So this is going to be a safe bet call, let's say. Boost can work, but usually it's getting picked, and then usually it's on B side is you let them take B, but you make sure that they know that they do not take other areas. This is why retaking B as a city is really difficult. On B sides, on those two, if they're trying to take B, let's say from mid, one of the spots that are interesting to play would be deep here. Usually it's not that clear, but when it's clear, they're not clearing this area that easily. You can have a free kill there. In 2 versus 2, this spot can be really deadly, or if there's only one T alive, this spot can be really deadly. If they're not coming from he's not coming from tunnels B. If you sense a split B here, or they're coming from mid and also B, you have to at some point. You cannot just stay in the middle here. You have to make a proactive play towards tunnels. And if the T player is not let's say that inexperienced, I will use that word. He should be aware that you're pushing this. So it's gonna come down to an aim fight, a mechanic fight. You have the pickers advantage usually. So if he's holding an angle, pickers advantage wins, right? And you have a safe space from here. You also have the info. You have a huge impact from here. If you play 2 B sides, this angle where you look towards middle, and another guy that can have somewhere this angle can be also really good. It's gonna be really interesting. To hold this side like this. It can work a lot. Otherwise, I've seen also success myself by holding this area. This area, if you get cleared, it's GG. It's like a mini pet on Inferno. If you get cleared, this is GG. It's a high risk, and the reward is not that. So the reward depends on the mistakes of the enemies. So usually when you face experienced players, even the experienced players, sometimes they miss this angle, but usually they do not. Especially again, as I said, if you're playing above 20k premier or 25k premier, good luck with that. On A side, if you secured long, you don't need to play short. You can just give short and you can play like from back area here. You can just play long, secure long, and that's it. If it's 3 versus 3, long can be a good safe call. Otherwise, city spawn can be played. You can just give short. You can just give A short. City spawn can be good. You can have fast rotation towards B. And if you're playing around mid, around like let's say 30-40 seconds left, it's usually where the T players are like gathering, to execute somewhere and like have a collective push, coordinated push. So you can just try to get a timing here and get some info by pushing mid, either short or B. But that's a huge risk though, but the reward is also high. But in 3 versus 3, people do not usually, or like even 3 versus 2, people do not have the opportunity to cover all the angles. There's gonna be some angles that are not covered, so this is where you have a chance to pounce. City spawn long can be good. Short is usually short. Depends on it really depends on a lot of things. Like if you have AVP, why not? Or I don't know, if there's only one TLA, why not? But in general, I speak in general here. Short, if it's 3 versus 3, you will get traded immediately unless you have AVP and you can just get back and get some cover, right? Everything I say here is situational, but I'm just trying to speak in general otherwise. On Ancient, I will start with the A side. Temple is a really solid spot. It's the safest. If you can take A main, you can try to have a flank, but you can also have a very good position here in case they rotate towards A, or you can stay here and you can like deny them any situation where they will defend the bomb by staying behind the box, or maybe boost. I don't know. You have a really strong position here. Let me rephrase. It's going to be really important on how you guys are going to play this one and where you get the infos from. If they are donut, this spot is going to be interesting. But if there's no mid, then maybe they're rotating A. So this spot is going to be more dangerous for you. It might come from a T spawn, and you can play this area instead. So on A side, yeah, this is the spot that can be played. One of the best spots to play. I left the best for the last. For A side at least, it's donut. You can see if they're rotating. Like if you can see they're crossing mid, you can like you have a good angle. If they're going towards donut. If they do not clear you, if you manage to have also a good trigger discipline, you can hear the footsteps if they go towards A. Like this is a high impactful spot, to play in mid rounds. This spot is one of my favorites there. Here Temple is also good, but you do not hear the steps. Main A, sorry, it can be good, but again, it's a little bit situational here. I think donut is the best. It's a S tier spot here in mid rounds. On B side, you want to push ramp slowly. Like you want to avoid staying city spawn, so you can catch some rotation in case they go back towards heaven, or they'll try to rotate towards mid donuts. You want to sometimes like have this aggressive push, active push towards ramp in 3 versus 3, and depending on your timing, you can catch someone off guard, or like someone is holding you. Really, it's like it's really dangerous for you to stay here. Why? Because the best you can get is 1-for-1. Usually T players will cover this, will clear this area. If they do not clear it, then it's their misplay, but usually they will clear this area. And even though if they do not clear it, you manage to catch one, the trade is going to be immediate on paper. In general, I say cave is also a possibility, but like again, they can also trade. For me, ramp is like we see even the pro players, even at like 2.5k, 3k load, this is what they do. They just push ramp, and it's another spot can be really interesting to play is here, but like it's too risky, way too risky to play, because you can hear the footsteps if they rotate A or B, but it's very too risky. If there's only one T player alive, why not? Why not? This can be good. Or even here, but otherwise in 3 versus 3, this is not a position that you want to take. The trade is going to be immediate. 1-for-1 is not something that you want to have as a city player. You want to get at least 2 in an ideal situation. On Anubis A side, I was going to say Ancient. Heaven for me is the most beneficial one, because you can just hide here, and if the T's are trying to cross towards this area, you can basically catch someone. But if you're smoked, you can still deny their access towards heaven. The safest place to play is to be here, but usually it's getting cleared. Otherwise, you can just play around the stairs and see what left and right shoulder pick here. And those positions are really actually interesting. Playing inside A main, if the T's are going towards let's say connector, playing inside A main can be also strong. You deny them access here, and you can try to, depending on your timing, you can try to catch someone while playing. Maybe they do not check you, but if they see nobody on A, and if they cleared heaven, they're gonna expect someone main. So watch out for that. You're gonna have to wait for your teammates to come and like you guys can execute the sites together, like retake the sites together, and use your nades your remaining nades to your advantage to clear clear those angles or to flash the T's, mess with the crosshairs. On B side, this angle was good, but it's getting cleared more and more. What happens is that in mid rounds, CT sometimes will make a proactive play. This is the most interesting one. Why? Because not only you get info, it's a risky play. It's a risky play, but like the reward also is high. You will get info. You know that there's not B. And if there's not B, you can just tell here. If they come from middle, if they come from connector, you have a like godlike angle here to deny. You know if they're going, if they're crossing CT, you know if they're going temple, and you can maybe catch the planter, you know, like so you can buy some time before the rotation arrives. Info, CT side is usually played around the info. Info is king. T side is a lot about initiatives and aim, I will say, but CT side is mostly about information. So that's why the team that communicates in CT side usually is the team that will usually. Allow me to say this also, that even though we don't have communication CT side, like still we have the minimap, but not everything is displayed on the minimap, on the radar. You do not see if your teammate is smoked or not. You do not see if your teammate is blind or not. So yeah, 5v5 team-based game, and communication is going to have a lot of importance there. Temple here, yeah, I was trying to find temple. Can be temple here, so you can see the cross towards camera. You have an info here, and you can try to also get some picks. If you're playing solo B, this area, and if they do not smoke, I mean, you can try to get one pick. Turning like this, you can try to get one pick, and you can just hide. If you have nades, also a good position for you to defend. But the most rewarding one, but also the most riskier one, is this one. Info plus good positioning. Here it's good positioning, staying alive, safe, and temple if they cross camera. Yeah, safe call also. Otherwise, A side is gonna be mostly retake, or yeah. Let's do cash in case cash comes back. Heaven is gonna be the safe bet. If your mid is covered, take Sunroom. Sunroom is gonna be interesting, but if they go A, your rotation will be really late. Somewhere around city spawn can be good. It's usually smoked. Heaven can be nice. This area can be good, but if you peek too early, you're dead. One of the two. This angle can be really dead also. This angle can be really good, but you can get picked. Car towards A can be good. Usually CTs will take main also, I remember in my thoughts, and you will have a cover in case they come from mid, or in case they come from main A. You might also have like the first contact. Back here can be good, but it's getting mollied, so main A, CT, above this, but trade is immediate. A 4B side is going to be heaven. If it's possible, also taking mid here can be good, but it's really risky because it's a lot of T's are crossing this area of the map, you know, so at some point they will locate you. It depends. If you want, if you push this too early, it's bad, but if you push this as the T players are like regrouping to execute to a site, you might have a good flank here. So yeah, that's it. Thank you very much guys for watching. As usual, if you have any criticism, any ideas, any additional information that you want to add, feel free to use the comment section below. And thank you very much guys for watching. Thank you very much guys for the support. And I will see you on the next. Take care.